What's poppin', y'all? Aiden Ross just got this guy back into the streets. Demon home, isn't that what the rappers like to say? Demon home, the rappers and their entourage. This guy by the name of Heston James. So if you're unfamiliar with this guy, he is a prankster on TikTok. I think initially mainly on TikTok and then Instagram, short form platforms. And he was supposed to get locked up. So I'm going to play, or he was locked up actually. So I'm going to play you guys the clip of a couple of like pieces of his content just so you get some context onto what got him into trouble.
What's wrong? She's not here.
Did you hear that, girl?
I did. Is she over that way? The scream came.
Is she over there?
This over on this side. It was a woman.
It was a woman, right? I think it came from more over here.
She's probably hiding, you guys, but I would find her.
There it is. Wait, did you guys hear it?
It's further back.
It's further back than we thought.
Did you hear that? Back there?
Everyone split up.
You go down there, you go down here. But you know what? She's moving. She's doing this on purpose.
Oh my God! Help!
Oh, it's a guy.
Where are you?
It's a guy.
Where are you?
It's a guy.
Where are you?
Is he stuck in somewhere?
Is he stuck?
Where are you? It came from right back here.
I swear.
Hello?
I swear it came from somewhere.
Is, you know, some of this stuff slides. Is it?
What?
Trash can?
Look at that trash can. Get the hell out of
Get
here.
out of here. What are you doing? Get out!
Get out! I'm just gonna be bringing in all my guys because you guys have been doing a really slow job. I've been getting multiple complaints. I'm from corporate, I told you. So this one, I'm calling to my guys and they're gonna be working on all these cars. They're not?
Get to calling them.
Oh, get to calling them? All right, let's see. Here they are right here. I think this is them right here. Come on, come on, come on, everyone, come on, come on, come on. Everyone, get to work. Everyone, get to work. Everyone. Yo, everyone, take that tire off. Take that tire off, quick.
I got something for you guys.
Everyone, check the oil. Check the oil. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Everyone, get under there. Get under there. Nice. Well done.
Get out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. Nice. Good job, everyone. Good.
I can't do cheaper than 1,000 for the catalytic. I'm telling you. It's leaking oil.
Nice.
So just by watching this, I think we can all say like, all right, this is kind of annoying, especially if you're trying to work a job. However, I don't see anything. Well, it's not, I don't know about the legalities of things, but when I look at this, I'm like, man, this guy wasn't trying to hurt anybody. You can tell there isn't malice in his heart. And for somebody that everybody loves, like, I think, let's circle back. Whatever sound effect is to go into the past. When Kai Cenat had this short stint of back and forth with Abba and Preach when they called him out after he had already been getting a little bit of negative press for this video that he had made, this quote-unquote prank video where he was taking tips out of people's tip jars. Keep in mind, Kai Cenat has never worked a real job, ever. He was in college, then he blew up on the internet, and then that was that. That was all she wrote. And people got really upset about this because he would take money out of the tip jar and then people would get really angry and upset and then he was going to tip them more. And some people were just saying like, yo, just don't tip me more. Just get the hell out of here. Like, that's annoying. I think that is worse for the employee than this guy yelling in a store or him, pretending like he's coming from corporate. Now, that's not to say that I think Kai Cenat was really evil or wrong to do that. I think he thought he was doing it in good fun and he wasn't thinking about the reaction, but like taking somebody's paper is worse than just trying to play off a joke. But this guy ended up getting a ton of different charges from Arizona. It was nonsense, man. It was a little bit of nonsense, and it was far too much because he was facing up to 9 years. We're talking not 9 years, and people were celebrating this, and I understand why they were celebrating it, because when you see a kid like this, annoying, and you work a regular job, or you've got family that works a regular job like this, and it's not just a regular job. It's one of these jobs where people have to deal with BS. They've got to deal with, anytime you've got to deal with people, especially like grocery stores, things like that, you are fed up. So you probably are annoyed, and then people were saying like, yeah, man, just lock this dude up. But 9 years? I could understand giving him like a little slap on the wrist, like, okay, you're banned from filming here. That's understandable. But 9 years, I can't co-sign that, especially for like a young kid, man. And not a kid, he's probably an adult, like 18, 19, but just a young buck. So he gets locked up, and he's facing 9 years. And everyone's like, yo, what the hell? Aiden Ross gets mention of this. And I'm going to play you guys the first clip.
Hey, Cuffum, should I help out that TikToker, Heston James, who got caught up in 9 years in jail for being a prankster?
I didn't hear about that story.
My lawyer asked me right now if I should help.
Oh,
My whole
I
chat
didn't
saying
see that.
yes. Well, guys, here's my thing. There's rapists and people that deserve to go to jail for a long time, and they get out less than him. You know what I'm trying to say? 9 years for... He's a kid. I'm going to help him. Okay, let's help him out. Let's do it. My lawyer wants to take on this case. Tell Heston I got him. We're going to get him out of there.
So he's talking about like, yo, guys, should I help this guy? You know, Aiden Ross doesn't know him from a bucket of paint. He doesn't have any idea who this guy is. He just hears about him. He asks his mans. He's like, yo, should I help this guy? What isn't mentioned in this clip is right after he says like, oh, man, this is going to be like 6 figures in legal fees. And one thing we got to take note of is Aiden Ross's lawyer must love his generosity, because Aiden said, yo, my lawyer notified me about this case. So that means Aiden Ross, instead of just the notifications he's got on his phone, he's got his lawyer notifying him about potential cases that he can take to just help people. That guy's like, I know anytime it's like Christmas is coming soon, his kids want a gift, his wife wants something, he's like, okay, hold on, let me look for some cases that Aiden Ross might feel bad for so we can run up a quick check and go on our next vacation. We're going to Aspen this year, guys. Us and every other person that wants to pretend like they're going somewhere and nobody else is going. Like, yo, just hit up Park City, man. Come on. I haven't been to either of those places. I'm just talking out of my behind. But that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it would be, maybe Aiden Ross does this so often and we don't even know about it, that his lawyer is letting him know, where Aiden tells the lawyer, hey, look, if there are cases that I feel or you feel are really, really unjust and they're trying to railroad somebody, let me know. I want to know if I should help them. Aiden Ross then gives an update on the situation, because while the kid's locked up, he drops these free Heston t-shirts while he's facing time with his mugshot on them. That mugshot was going viral. Aiden Ross, instead of other people that just try to farm a situation, he gives in real-time update. I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
So I'll give you guys an update on the Heston James situation. I just got hit by my team, and I just approved the legal fees. So they literally said, Aiden, it's going to cost this much, and I've just approved it tonight. So Heston, we're gonna get you out of there, bro. Hopefully my team can help you in any shape or way possible, and you don't deserve to go to jail for 9 years when you got actual people that deserve to go to jail for 9 years getting out way before you. So Heston, I've approved my lawyer fees. Let's get you out of there, bro. Let's get you out of there, all right?
So here's Aiden saying like, yo, I sent the lawyer, and at this point, he doesn't tell how much it costs. People are like, yo, how much does that cost? He's like, man, I'm not going to tell you how much it costs. But initially he said, oh, this is probably going to cost around 6 figures. It's going to cost a lot, because Aiden Ross, he's, how they say, oh, they're not sending their best. Aiden Ross is sending his best. And just the other day, that guy came back onto the internet, Heston James. He came for a Twitch live stream because his main TikTok account, which I think had 2 million plus subscribers. I've been on YouTube for too long. 2 million plus followers. It got banned, so he created a new TikTok. He still got his Instagram, but he was on Twitch at Heston James, and he decided to thank Aiden Ross. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
And I wish I could talk about it, but what I can go into is my guy, Aiden Ross, man. This is to you, Aiden Ross. I really appreciate what you did for me. Listen, you were there for me when no one's there. You got me right, and that means so much to me. We love Aiden in this chat. We love Aiden. Let me get a bunch of W Aidens in the chat. Everyone. We love Aiden over here. That's my guy, man. Damn near struck a tear down my cheek because of him, bro.
This is what we call some real gratitude. Like this is what I liked, and frankly, I wanted to look more into the kid because I was like, man, is this kid? Now, let's keep in mind, Diddy, the Diddler, P Diddy, Sean Combs, Sean John, that guy, Brother Love, he got 4 years. Now, granted, the point is, Diddy got 4 years. Sure, it was a little bit much for the Mann Act, which was the only thing he was convicted of, but just us knowing what we've seen of Diddy that he didn't get convicted of. We've seen him put hands on people. We've heard stories, validated stories. We're not talking about those crazy Epstein stories, which is, like so many political commentators were talking about, like, yeah, dude, he was throwing these crazy parties. Well, it seems to be the case that the wildest stuff he was doing was by himself. So that nobody came out and said, yo, we were tripping. We grossly over-exaggerated this. We thought he had blackmail on a bunch of other people. Nah, none of that was true. So if Diddy got 4 years, you're going to throw this guy in the slammer for 9? Come on. And yeah, I don't want to hear that nerd talk about like, nah, well, this state versus this state, and Diddy was with the feds and he had a better legal team. And he for sure had a better legal team, but that's why Aiden Ross had to send in the SWAT team, and get that handled. But I like the appreciation from this guy. This was the first thing, and he's been out for a while, I think, and Aiden didn't say anything. Aiden wasn't like, yo, I got this guy out. This guy came out, and I think it might still be ongoing, or he just can't talk about it because he says in the beginning he can't say too much. That's how he started off the stream. And I decided to watch the rest of the stream VOD, the video that plays after the stream is over. And the guy's kind of funny. He's a harmless guy. He doesn't want to harm anybody. He was on there. What was he doing? He was doing a couple of different things. He was making a TikTok, going back and forth with his chat. I do like the fact that he's got on his soundboard, he's got like this swish sound. I haven't seen that before, but he did that. And then after that, what did he do? Yeah, he had him and his chat were like putting together messages for him to like DM random chicks on IG that are somewhat known, so not completely random. And he was just having fun. And I do think that this guy's got the personality to stream. Hopefully he can stay out of trouble because clearly in his state, they're out to get him, and there's probably some conditions for him to get released where they're like, yo, you can't go around these parts or you can't film this type of content, and he's got to pivot. But he's very positive about his situation. He's very thankful to Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross did this guy a huge solid. And like I say, we talk about a lot, especially when it comes to rappers too. We criticize stuff all the time. We've got a bunch to say. But when somebody's got, and this is something I always try to do, if a rapper drops a great album, a great project, is doing great stuff, we have to scream it as loud as when we talk about them doing poorly. Same thing for anybody else. So while Aiden Ross gets a ton of criticism and blackballed for things like him going that political route, any number of things he might have said, the guy's got a good heart, man. Like doing something like this that for somebody that you don't even know, because in your heart of hearts you feel like it's wrong and they're trying to make an example out of him, when like you said, there are people that are doing far worse, that have done far worse and get far less time or get a slap on the wrist. You got to give it credit, man. Like, credit to Aiden Ross. And this is just the stuff that we've seen him do. We don't even know what he's doing behind the scenes, how many people he's blessing, taking care of, helping out. But that's all I've got to say about the situation. I hope the number one thing that this guy got from his legal team, which he had access to now, Heston James that is asking them like, hey, if I want to keep making content like this or being myself and entertaining people the way that they like to be entertained, what can I not do? Like, what are the limits? How far can I go? What's legal? What's illegal? And that way he has some guidelines for how to operate now, so that never happens again. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.